Hello students, today we are going to study basics of C programming. Okay, so if I go for any programming language, if you want to study the any programming language, we have to know some of the main constraints. Okay, so we have 4 arithmetic operators, which are those: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. These are the 4 basic arithmetic operation. Along with this we have some logical operation like and, okay, or, and gate, or, okay, and not. So these are the 3 logical operations what we have. Okay, that is, one is and, then or and not. These 3 are the 3 logical operations what we required. Along with this one we have this we call by the name as basic gates. Along with this one we have some other gates also. Okay, using these things we can do the programming. Okay, so first I will go to the assignment operator. So which is the main assignment operator for any expression? Okay, that is equals. This is the assignment operator in any programming language usually. Okay, except few. Okay, with some small changes will be there. So this is the assignment operator for any type of programming language. Okay, so if I want to assign some variable, okay, here I will take one variable. Usually the variable will be an alphabets. Okay, so if I take a variable, for example, a is equal to 1. Okay, I have assigned a variable called a is equal to 1. Okay, so I have assigned another variable called b is equal to 2. Okay, so then if I assign a variable called y is equal to a plus b, so can you tell me what is the answer for this? It is the answer of y is equal to 3, right? So if I go for subtraction, y is equal to a minus b, then the value of y is equal to minus 1. Okay, so y is equal to, if I go for a into b, so we have a value y is equal to 2 ones are 2. If I go for an operation called y is equal to a by b, then y is equal to 0.5. These are the values what we are getting. So if I go for any programming language, only small syntax change will be there. But usually the English type language, like in C language, the same syntax, almost C language syntax will be used in most of the languages. So for that reason we are going to study the basics of C. Okay, so let us see how we will write the same expression in our C language. The expression for this in C language for addition is a plus b only, without any change, but we put one semicolon to indicate the end of a line. Okay, for subtraction we will write the same thing, a minus b. Okay, so and for multiplication, how we are writing? A is equal to star. We are using a star operator in order to indicate the multiplication. Okay, for division, usually for division I think we write like this, no? A divided by b. Okay, so but in our C language we write it as a divided by b. So not only in C language, in most of the programming language we are going for these things. Okay, so these are the basic assignment operators what we have. Along with this one we can go for some other operations like and, or, okay, not operation. Okay, so those things we can do. I will write directly in C language. Okay, in C language what we are using. Okay, in C. So in C language how we are writing the values. Okay, so if I go for and operation, we go for a and b. So this is our and operation in C language. Okay, in if I want to go for or operation, a or b, so this is your or operation. So this line it indicate your or operation. Okay, if I want to go for not, so it is given like this. So this is your not operation in our C language. Okay, so and other things, if I want NAND operation, NAND is given by not of a and b. So same thing will be used in your Verilog programming and other things also. Okay, so there is small change in the syntax, but the operation and the form of indication is same. Okay, so for example in Verilog we use y is equal to a or b. So the format is different, but the operation and everything will remain same. Okay, so here in C language for your NAND operation, this is your NAND. We are using means not of AND. Similarly, not of OR. So not of OR is NOR. Right. Okay. There is another operator. Okay. So for example, A XOR B. Okay. This operator we call by the name as XOR operator. Okay. So take it as XOR operator. Okay, E XOR or just we can write it as XOR operator. Okay, so this is the difference. This one usually we are using for power in our any other languages, or in CalC if I go, so we can see this icon is used for power. In MATLAB also we are using this for power. Okay, so but in C language this is used for XOR operation. Similarly we can go for XNOR operation, like A into not of XOR. So this is our XOR operation. Okay, so if I go for binary value, so if I consider binary value, I can write, if I want to shift the content by left side once. Okay, if I have a binary value, so if I want to shift that binary value towards left side once, we'll use this operator. If I want to shift it towards right side, we'll use this operator in C language. If we go for bit arithmetic, then we are using for this. Okay, this are used in C++ for some other purpose. For input and output we are using this too. Okay, so for time being we don't require this one. If I go for bit operations, we require all these things. Okay, so generally what I have told, what are the things I required? We required addition, we required subtraction, we required multiplication, we required division. Okay, so we required AND operation, very rare once again. OR operation we want, XOR operation we want, NOT operation. Using these operations we can do any, we can write any expression required. Okay, and equals is the assignment operator which will assign the value, input value to your output value with a semicolon. Okay, so now let's see what are the things we have. So in C language, if I want to write the body of the C language, very important means first instruction should be hash include stdio.h. This is the instruction what I have to use. Okay, so this is the first instruction. Then void main. Void main indicate so where the main does not have any return value. If we use int main, then we have to return a integer at the end of the main instruction. Okay, so now I'll go for, if I want to display something, let us use an expression which is above. Okay, int a comma a is equal to 1, int b is equal to 2. Okay, so now I want to display a value called y with a semicolon. I don't know the value of y. Y is equal to a plus b. Okay, I want to display this value. In order to display this value, I have to use a keyword called printf. Printf. Okay, so if I am using integer, then I have to use %d. Okay, %d slash n for a new line if required, or if space if you give, then space will be displayed. If I put slash t, t will be displayed, means space will be displayed there. Okay, the slash n means enter, means in new line we will get the result. I'll show it in computer. I'll show this one. Okay, %d slash n, then next comma the value which we want to display, y. Okay, so that's all. So this is our program. Hash include stdio.h, void main, int. Okay, so first value, second value, int y, y is equal to a plus b, printf. So this is the main program what we want. Here we can print any other things also. Any statement also I can print. Okay. So double inverted comma, I got the result. I got the result. Okay. So like this, any statement if I want, I can put those statement. Okay. Here I can put a value called /n for new line. If /n is not there, then it will not go to the new line. Okay. So let us execute this program in our laptop. Okay. So this is a small notepad I have. Okay, here we have a small editor window. This is online code editor. Okay, online C compiler. So you can go for online C compiler directly through online without any downloading this one. Okay, so any programming language we can learn or we can execute in this one. Okay, so as I told, #include stdio.h is the first statement of my programming. Then so int main. So I told you, if I use void, no need of return. Void, void, void if I use. Okay, so no need of return. If I use int, I have to return the integer. If I use character, then I have to this one I have to return a character. Okay, what is the difference between character and integer? Character means size, that's all. Difference is in size. Character means 8-bit only value. 8-bit in the sense 2 to the power of 8, maximum value 2 to the power of 8. That is, I can give a variable a value from 0 to 255, not more than that. Okay, if I use just character, plus or minus 127 I can give, 2 to plus or minus 127. Okay, if I use integer, plus or minus 2 to the power of 15 I can give. If I use float, okay, if I use double, then I can give 2 to the power of 32. Means depend, just it is a size matters. So usually we'll go for integer. Integer is enough for any type of any number what we are using in our daily life. So maximum number I can get in integer is 65,536, not more than that. Still, if more than that value if I want, I have to go for double integer or long integer. So which has a capacity for 32-bit, means 2 to the power of 32, which is a very large number. Okay, so now I will go for writing the program what we have written here. So I don't want int, so I will go for void. Okay, I think you can see it, void main. Then here I'll place it as x. Here I have taken a value called a is equal to 1. Okay, now I have written the program. Okay, the program is like this: #include stdio.h, void main, int a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, int y is equal y, printf %d comma y, hello world. Okay, this is the program what I have written. Now let us run the program. See, I have run the program. Here you may see I got the answer as 0, y is equal to a plus b. See, before that I have not given any value to the y, but by default it has taken the value for the y equal to 0. But even though if I don't give, it will take the value equal to 0. Okay, so now I am giving the value y is equal to a plus b. Okay, so now I will run the program. So I got the answer 3, but here you may see it is not convenient. I cannot see here 3 is also coming. In the next line I have typed as hello world, and that hello world is also displaying. So for convenience I will put one /n here. Okay, /n. Okay, now I will run the program. First I will clear this window. Okay, so automatically it will be cleared. No problem. Now it looks nice. Okay, so 3 is displayed separately and hello world is displayed separately, but still it is not convenient. So why? I don't know what is this 3, but the programmer know what is the value. Okay, but a person, a layman, a person who is seeing this one don't know what is this 3 is. So I will write that as here. So whatever I write here, so that will be displayed along with the percentage d. Percentage d will give the value result. So the result will be what should be displayed in percentage d, that is written here. Okay, what should be displayed in percentage d here? The value is 3. So that should be displayed. So I have to give here percentage d slash n comma y. Okay. So for any more decoration, if I want more thing, in order to look it nice, so I have to go for this. So you may see here. So I got y is equal to 3. Okay, instead of slash n, if I use for example slash t, let's see what happened. What happened? Instead of the value coming in next line, I got the value here. So instead of y, I can give anything I required. Okay, so I don't know what I have given. Okay, so I can write it as output. See, I have written output and then run. So it will show it as output is equal to 3. Hello world, because so here you may observe I have given output, and what actually I have to display here in the place of output, that is my y. The result of y should be displayed in the place of percentage d. So I think you understood what is the syntax I should have. Output, whatever the line I want to display. So in order to display a value or in order to display a character, I have to give percentage d. If I want to display a floating point number, I have to use percentage f. What is a floating point number? For example 3.14 something. Okay, so if we have a decimal number, then we have to go for your percentage f, and I have to declare it as float x. Okay, float x is equal to something I can, and then I can use percentage f instead of percentage d for floating point number. For double, I have to give so L. Okay, so if I use L for long int, and long int means if the number is very big, we have to go for L. Okay, so like this, small changes will be there. The program remains same. Okay, I think you got the things. So let us write one small program. One expression is there. So b is equal to, if I want to know the variables of a value, x is equal to plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Let us write this in C language. Okay, so I will write it as b, then plus or minus I will write it as plus, square root I write it as sqrt. Okay, then in bracket b square, b into b, 4ac, 4 into a. See, I cannot write 4ac directly. I have to write 4 into a into c. Okay, divided by 2a. So I cannot write like this. I have to put on bracket. Then for this whole number, I have to divide it by 2a. So once again, 2a is, I cannot write together. I have to write it as 2 star a. This is my x. Okay, one value I got. Plus or minus indicate two values. So I have to take it as another value. So I write it as x1 and x2. Two values of x1. Okay. So b minus sqrt. Okay. So b star b minus 4 into 4 star into a into c divided by, so this whole thing divided by 2 star a. Okay, with a semicolon. So x1 and x2 will give the roots of the equation. Okay, roots of quadratic equation. So let us write a program for this. So I'll write the program. So we have written one quadratic equation called x plus 3x plus 2. Okay, so in order to solve this one, I can take this 3. This 2 can be written as 2 ones are. Okay, so if I add 2 plus 1, we will get 3. So x plus 2 or x plus 1 equal to 0, x is equal to minus 2 and x is equal to minus 1. So the value of a here is 1. So we know that the standard expression is ax square plus bx, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So the value of a is equal to 1, b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 2. Okay, so now we have written the program for this. What I have written earlier, minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2. So that can be written in the form of here minus b square root of b star b minus 4ac divided by 2a. Similarly, x2 is equal to minus b square root of b star b minus 4ac by 2a. Means, so here you may see a is equal to 1 as per the data. A is equal to 1, b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 2. Okay, so x1 and x2 are my roots. So x1 is given by this formula, x2 is given by this formula. So but the value of x1 and x2 may be a point value. So for that reason I have written it as a float. Instead of integer I have written it as float. Okay, instead of integer we have taken it as a float here. So then we may observe next I have written roots of the quadratic equations are percentage f comma percentage of, because x1 and x2 are in percentage. So for that reason I have written percentage f and percentage f comma x1 comma x2, means x1 and x2 are in floating point. So for that reason I have written it as percentage of and percentage f comma x1 comma x2. Okay, so now after this we will go for run. So we will run the program and you may see here the roots of the quadratic equations are minus 1 and minus 2 with 0.000 something, because we have declared it as a floating point number. So the answer what we got is x is equal to minus 2 and minus 1, and here also we got the same answer. Okay, so in next class we will see about your conditional operators and looping. Okay, thank you.